Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the next turn of our playthrough of Big Trouble in Little China. We got through the first turn and we have Wang, Jack, and Gracie heading toward the Jade Panda, while Egg Shen is trying to take on a couple of the bad gang members that are trying to stop us or prevent us from recovering Mao Yin and defeating Lo Pan. So we're going to get right into it. I don't think there are any specific errors in the first episode, but if there were, I will do my best to note them and correct them, but I don't think that there were any. I just stopped a couple times to make sure I had it right because this is a blind playthrough. This is my first play of the game, so bear with me on that. I think this turn will go much more smoothly because, well, we've played around and I get it, so it should be fairly straightforward. So let's get right into it and start to play our game. This will be a lot of fun. Now, one of the things that we always have to do at the end of the round is make sure that we've just collected all the dice so we don't make the mistake of thinking that someone's taken their turn or played them. So we'll just do that, and then we have to draw our Big Trouble card for the round. And basically it does tell us what we need to do here. So for example, Act 1, draw a Big Trouble card. That's the first thing we do. And then we choose first player, and then the heroes take their turn in order. So we're going to do that. And up here is our Big Trouble deck. Let's see what we get. This could be bad for us. Okay. This says Lo Pan's Ceremonial Guard. So the first thing that happens, we look up in the upper left-hand corner, and that's how much we move the Big Trouble track by. So that means the Big Trouble track is going to go 1, 2 up the scale, and then we're going to go back to our card. And it says, for thousands of years beneath the streets of Chinatown, Lo Pan's demonic henchmen have been dormant. But now they've returned to protect their evil master. There's no effect, but we're going to spawn on S3 in a 3-player game. 1 Spirit Path Warrior and 1 Lord of Death. Here are their cards. So we have the Spirit Path Warrior. He can move 1. He's got a strength of 5. He's pretty powerful. It's melee attack. And his strike back is 4 damage and move your hero 1 space away. He's a pretty tough guy. We need 6 to defeat him. Get 5 chi when we win. And of course you've seen the hard version of the Lords of Death, which are our other enemies right now. So let me get them out. And both those gentlemen are going on S3. This is bad for Egg Shen. We may have to go help him. I may have to send somebody over to help him. I don't know if it's going to be Wang or Jack, but maybe Jack. Well, both of them are good fighters, so we might send them over there. I don't know. That's a kind of tough call. We got to send somebody because Egg's going to be in trouble. He's going to have to get the heck out of there. Now, if we leave a space with enemies, we take a point of damage, so Egg can move out of the way. But we'll have to see what happens, because that's all that happens with this card. So there's nothing left to do with this other than discard it, so we're going to do that. And now we pick our first player. I believe that's going to be Egg Shen. So let's roll up his dice and start to take his turn. What did he get? Well, he got 2 body and a spirit. That's not fantastic. Actually, it's the worst thing for him. The spirit's good. That'll give him an epic die there. But well, we could avoid a lot of damage. However, we have to do a ton of damage to kill this Wing Kong 6-shooter. I think, though, we're going to try. That would make sense. I can move and take a little hit, or I can try and defeat him. So if I take the spirit dice, that's going to give us 1 epic die right there. And then I can use both the body dice to give us a total of 3 dice in my attack. That might not be a bad way to go. Of course, that's it then. He won't be able to move or do anything else. And he won't be able to take any other like free actions. But that's, I think, what we're going to do, because I need to get 6. How easy will that be? I don't think there's anything but 1s and 2s on these. Yeah, there's a 2 face. Man, I don't know. That's kind of rough. We could, however... I could, however, spend a fate die. This fate die here as well. To give, that would be 2. That would give us basically 2 successes. I don't know. Or I could spend this one. This isn't anything, a wild. And could spend it here as well and just get us another die. It'd give us a better chance toward a 6. I don't have any particular combat abilities. Or do I tear out of there? Do I get away? Yeah, that might be the right move, is to get away from there. Because I think he's going to be hard to kill. That 6-shooter, just so you can see it, he needs 6 to kill. Now, he's ranged, though, so we run away from him, he could still damage us. I do think we need to fight him. I just think it's going to be really hard to get to 6 Of course, we can always... I don't know, guys. It's kind of rough. I'm tempted to spend that spirit die. I don't know. Actually, here's what we're going to do, guys. This is going to be a lot better for us. We're going to push this aside for a moment. I'm going to take that aside. We are actually going to use that spirit die. And we're going to do a double epic, which will give us 2 epic dice. Now we have a chance, right? And I can then spend 1 more spirit. I'll keep the spirit out. We'll use it for movement. I'll put these 2 body in there and get 2 more dice. That now is looking pretty good. Now we are going to have to roll that fate die, which could be bad for us, but this will give Egg Shen the ability to beat the 6-shooter. Let's go roll our dice and see what happens. Okay, here we are with our dice pool against the Wing Kong 6-shooter. Let's see if we can do 6 damage and take him out. Come on, Egg, let's make it happen. Oh, look at I think we did 2, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, man, and it was the basic dice that got us there, not the epic dice. That's interesting. All right, so we did actually manage to defeat the Wing Kong 6-shooter. He is kaput. And that gives us 5 chi, which is pretty awesome. Though it will not level us up, but it does give us, we were at at 3, so we're at 7, 8 now. We're at 8. We're close to leveling up for Egg Shen. That's pretty awesome. He's got 8 chi. And then we're going to see, that was the reward for defeating the Wing Kong 6-shooter. And while we're here, we are going to slot this other die and take a move action. Okay, so Egg is going to move 2, and I believe we have a couple things. We could move in here and be safe. We could go 1, 2, and the next turn pick up these Chinese fireworks and huge buzz. That might be a really good plan. The enemies are going to move toward the closest heroes. Egg he can head out that direction and head the other way. Since he doesn't have a quest on the board, let's do that. We're going to go 1, 2. Now he doesn't have any more dice to spend, so he just has to park it there in that space. He's in the black market where he can get the Chinese fireworks or the huge buzz. Now what do those do? Let's take a look at the Chinese fireworks. They it says a 5 skill dice ranged attack. So 5 dice ranged attack that can spill damage to more than 1 enemy. That is pretty awesome, right? And then the other one is the huge buzz. Move to any street space or any space on your level in Act 2. So we're going to want to grab one of those, I think, for Act 2. That would be very useful. So Egg has done that. Now his turn is complete, except for one more thing. You're going to have to take his fate die and roll it. Okay, let's see what he gets. He got a scroll. That's all clear. That's awesome. So we do not have to do this effect of -5 5 damage to the current hero. That's pretty good. So we just skip that, and we are good to go. Let's move on to Jack Burton's turn. All right, here we are with Jack. Jack's out the streets, but let's see what his dice say for us. Well, we're going to get a body and 2 spirit. That's not awful, because the body and the second spirit will give us epic dice. But I think we're going to spend the body first to get a 3-point movement out of Jack. And we might have to spend this one to get a second movement to get him to where he needs to be. Let's go look at that. Okay, here's Jack. So he slotted an epic die right now, a body die. And that's going to give him 3 movements. So we can go 1, 2, and I'm thinking we just move him into here. And then as a free action, we can pick that up and start to do that quest. And then he can go back around to his main quest over there. I think that's a good idea because these quests do give us additional rewards as well. So I think we're going to do that. So he moved 1, 2, and then 3 into here. He's now in the White Tiger, which is a brothel, if you don't know the movie, the series. And then for a free action, remember, on the action chart, free actions are trigger quest token, open a crate, use an item, or trade. So we're going to trigger a quest token. Okay, guys, so the first thing we have to do is look at this new quest. And it looks like we're going to be at this one, at the White Tiger in Space 1. Let's flip it over and see what happens. Nothing or double. Yeah, I remember that. Nothing or double, Jack. Okay. You know Lo Pan's influence runs through the White Tiger, so you doubt your efforts by purchasing time with 2 women. The girls awkwardly sit on the bed. Their clients aren't usually interested in what they have to say. Do your best to obtain information on Lo Pan and his enterprise. Once completing, continue reading. So we're going to put that down right now. We're not going to read it any further. We know we need a body, a mind, and a spirit, one of each, to complete this mission. We know we don't have the dice to complete this. We can actually only complete a piece of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to slot this, and that's going to allow us to put a check mark on this one here. So now all we have to do is put these 2 down, and we'll have to do them with somebody else because there's no way Jack's going to be able to do that. and then we're going to continue our turn. So I think with this last die, we're going to slot an epic die, and we're going to move again, because that's all we have left to do. Let's go take a look at that. That is going to give us 3 movements, so he's going to leave. He didn't quite complete or convince the ladies to talk to him. He's going to go back. He's going to go 1, 2, and 3, but that was his last die. He has no dice left, so he cannot activate his quest token there, but he is in the space ready to do that. So that's going to mark the end of his turn. He didn't use any fate dice, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to move on to now Wang Chi. Alright, let's roll Wang's dice and see what he ends up doing. Wow, look at that. All body. That is... Well, that's not actually... Not, if it's fighting, that'd be really good to get a lot of epic dice, but we're not. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move Moosh. We're going to do that. And he's going to move 3, so he's going to go 1, 2, and 3. That puts him into that space right there. He'll use another body to go to here and go 1, 2, and he'll activate his token. So we're going to get to the second part of his quest. So let me take a look at that. We're going to get the quest book out, and Wang is going right into the second part of it. Okay, well here it is. It says, first off, slide the event clip down on the card to 4.2. So we're going to take that event clip and we're going to slide it down to 4.2 now. So that's where we're at. We'll leave that here for the moment. Looks like we're going to have a skill check, which is not good for us at the moment because we only got 1 dice, so we may have to get an epic die or a fate die to do this. We'll see. And I may be using those fate dice a little too liberally. We'll see how that impacts us. Crazy night out there, huh? Street gangs, kidnappings, impossible storms. The world is full of crazy people. Am I right or am I right? Say, you didn't happen to see a girl with green eyes, did you? You have no idea where Mao Yin might be hidden, but your contact from the Wing Kong Trading Company, Lopan's personal secretary, might. Hoping that she'll know more than you about what's going on, you sit down to buy her a drink. Now we have to make a choice. And our choice is going to be blackmail her, skill check 3, or talk about the good old days, skill check 5. Well, here's the thing. We're going to get only 1 epic die for slotting this body here. So what I can do, here's what we can do. We're going to slot this one for the skill check. Boom. We're going to slot this one for the skill check as well, because that's a wild. We can do that. That gives us 2 epic skill dice. Now we don't have any more dice left, but 2 epic skill dice could give us a total of 6. However, I think we're just going to blackmail her because we don't have the ability to do that. So to do the 5-1, I don't think we can make that without going crazy. And we don't have a fortune cookie, so we can only use 1 of the fate dice. So let us hope that we can accomplish this. If we fail, well, we'll see what the consequences are. Come on, Wang, don't fail. You just need to roll a 3. Let's see if we can do it. We failed, guys. So it's our first failed attempt. We only rolled a 1. Let's see what happens. Fail. Your brash attempts to blackmail cause more damage than good. She tries to stab you, but your reflexes are too quick. You let go of her arm and apologize. She calms down and tells you what she knows. So we did succeed actually with a failure, and we actually even got some bonus chi. That's not... Wow, okay, fine. And then we're going to read the event conclusion. So we got 2 chi. That's not terrible. That's weird that happened. I thought we'd take some damage or something, but nope. So we got 2 chi. That's not terrible. That's weird that happened. I thought we'd take some damage or something, but nope. If we succeeded, you can see that the Audacity track would have gone out. But let's take a look at the event conclusion now. She tells you that earlier today, some men in a red car took a green-eyed woman out of the trunk and forced her into the White Tiger, a brothel next door. Just another day in Chinatown, she said. Good luck, Wang. You thank her and sprint out of the bar. The guys with the red car, it must be the Lords of Death. They'll know my face, so I've got to find another way in. Maybe an unlocked window around the back. If they've hurt Mao Yin in any way, ... You leap up the back wall of the White Tiger and creep through the back window, ready for anything, saying a silent prayer that Mao Yin is still here. Immediately move the active hero token to the White Tiger space 3. Place a quest token on White Tiger 3. Once triggered, read 4.3. Okay. So wait. Immediately move the active hero. Oh, the active hero to White. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to move him to there. So, I'm sorry, that's Jack. We're going to move Wang over to here to the White Tiger. And then it says put his quest token there as well in space 3. So here we are. We got his quest token there in space 3. However, he cannot activate it yet because he's out of dice. So even though we failed, we got to advance that. Just almost got stabbed doing it, and we didn't make a friend. But that's okay, because in the end we actually were able to pull it off, and we'll be heading into the third chapter of his story here, trying to get Mao Yin back. So we'll see what happens. But that's not the end of the story yet. We have to roll his die, his fate die. Alright, so we just have to roll this fate die and see what happens. We got the, oh, that's the spirit symbol, so that is an all clear. You can see that right there, so that goes right there, and nothing happened. We would have had all other players lose 3 chi, so that would have been really bad, because Egg Shen is about the level if he can get another experience. But that is going to end the turn of Wang Chi. Now we're going to go on to Gracie Law. What really sucks is if Gracie had been there with Wang, he would have gotten an extra die, so should have had Gracie Law go before Wang. But live and learn, live and learn. Let's see what we get here. So we got 2 spirit. That's bad for her, really. And 1 mind. That's good. So what do? We want to... Oh, well, we completed... No, we did not complete that quest. So, yeah, here's what we're going to do. Okay. Well, we already have a spirit there. That's not going to help. Wow, that just really was not helpful at all. That die roll is not helpful. Well, we can get in proximity and help Wang. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to slot this spirit die to move 2. So we're going to go 1, 2 to here. Okay. Oh, let me show you. I hate it when I don't readjust the camera. 1, 2 to there. And then we're going to slot the next one over. It's still not going to be epic. We're going to use that for movement as well. And now her special is another hero in line of sight. I don't think Wang's in line of sight here. I have to check the line of sight rules. He might be. I have to check, but we want to move her 2 so that he is. But then she won't be able to... Well, she can't contribute to the... Well, she can. If she uses that to move in there, she can contribute 1 towards that secondary quest that's there. So do I want to help Wang out in... I think it's probably best to help Wang out next turn. That is, after all, what Gracie does best, is help the other characters. So she's going to move 2 to there. And then what? What does she do with her mind ability? I guess we can take a rest action, right? Yeah, gain 2 health. She doesn't need that. Or 1 chi. Because I hate to completely waste that the only epic die she has in this round. But I think right now that'll be good for Gracie. So what we're going to do is we're just going to slot that, and we'll use it as a rest action. She's not injured, so she'll gain 1 chi from that, and that's going to be it. That's going to be her turn. But she's in a position now to help Wang, who I believe, I'm going to look at the line of sight rolls. If she should be in line of sight with him now. I'm just going to look up line of sight. Line of sight, just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure she'd be in line of sight. Line of sight, as long as there is no walls or red lines in the direct path between your hero and the space your target is in, you have a line of sight. So, okay, so there are walls, but there's also a non-red open door. So we could say he's standing right in the doorway. I'm going to say that is fair. Now, I would say that if it's here, for example, she would not be able to do that because there's a red door in between there, and she doesn't have direct line of sight. Here, I believe she would. I think that's a fair assessment. So we're going to leave her there for this turn, and that's going to end the actual round, guys. So that is the end of the round for our heroes. Now we're going to move into our villain phase, and we're going to do some movement with the villains. Okay, now we know where the villains are, and we know what they're going to do, I think. I don't know if there's a red space in there, since that's not considered line of sight. Let's see what the villain movement will do in the enemy phase. So minion movement. All minions are moved as many spaces in the direction of the nearest hero in their zone. If equidistant enemies... Okay. So they can't get to Egg there at all, which means that the only thing they could do... The minions move toward the closest hero not in their zone. Okay. If there are no heroes in their zone, the minions move toward the closest heroes not in their zone. So here's the thing. The red doors, they cannot pass through and do not offer line of sight. So it says, okay, not in the zone, but stop at the zone entrance, red line. Okay, so here's what they're going to do then. They're simply going to move to here. They can't do anything else. So they moved up to there, and that's going to be the end of their turn. That's the end of the enemy's turn. We're actually doing pretty well here with the bad guys. We're not having a lot of bad guys come up. Well, guys, being that I didn't do any rules overviews, why don't we just go ahead and do a second turn. So I'm going to take all the action dice off the heroes, and we'll do another round with everybody and see how it goes. I think this is going pretty smoothly so far, and perhaps we can Wang can finish his what he needs to do to accomplish his green-eyed beauty quest. That would be really awesome. So the first thing, of course, we're going to do is draw a Big Trouble card. Okay, here's the Big Trouble card off the top of the deck. Let's see what we get. It's going to move the Audacity, or the Big Trouble track up 2 more. Remember, I could have used, I think it's the bones. Gracie has the casting bones to alter that, but we didn't. So it's going to move up 2 there. That sucks. You get the Heroes track moving. So this says Hell on Earth. Let's take a look at that more closely. Lopan's plans, let's just get that to focus there. There we go. Lopan's plans might be progressing because all hell is breaking loose, literally. His magic is throwing the dimensions out of balance, allowing portals to hell to open up on the streets of Chinatown. Effect: hell portals open up on space S4, S6, and S15. Heroes on or adjacent to these spaces gain a new hell card. Replace any hell cards that already are held. Do not raise the threat. Minions on or adjacent to these spaces are removed. So let's check that out. So we're going to go S4. Well, that's kind of interesting because one of the hell gates is opening up. I believe that those are the gates right there. On top of the only minions in the space. So it does say, it says minions on or adjacent to the space are removed. So these 2 guys go away. Then we don't get any points for that or anything, but they are removed. Okay, and then we got to look at, that was space S4, so S6 is going to be where? S5, S6 is over here, which means that nothing happens there, and then S14, or S15 is it? S15 is here. Wang is in fact next, adjacent to that. I believe, like I said, I do believe that the red space still counts as adjacency, you just can't see through it. So I'm just going to take a look at that just to be sure. On or adjacent space. So he is definitely on an adjacent space. So he's going to gain a hell card. Alright, here we go. I haven't used this deck yet, so we'll give it a quick shuffle. I did shuffle it. I'll just give it a quick more shuffle. There's a lot of hell cards in here. And we're going to draw a hell card for Wang. These are usually not good. Okay, Hell of Misfortune. I'm going to tell you about an accident, and I don't want to hear Act of God. Okay. You have -1 success on skill checks. Ouch. That is really, really rough. Wang Chi has -1 success on skill checks. So we're going to have to do even better. And good thing that Gracie is there, because Gracie, if Gracie would fail a skill check, well, she can also add +1 to die to someone's skill check, which could result in 2 skill bonuses. We'll see how this goes. That was not a good draw for Wang, and that's going to end that part. And then, last but not least, we're going to have 2 Wing Kong Hatchmen appear on S6, and I think these spawn points for the Hell Gates can go away, because I don't think they do anything after that. That was the result of our Big Trouble card. That was kind of rough. That was a really bad thing for Wang Chi. That is not good, but we'll see how this goes. So speaking of which, I do believe we're going to start with Wang in the... Now we're going to our heroes actions. I think we're going to start with Wang Chi. He's probably going to have to use a die to make sure we can get to this, because he is in fact going to start to see if he can complete this quest. Alright, let's roll up his dice. Well, that was bad. It was just bad. Alright, well, so before we do anything, we're going to activate his quest, which means we flip this over and we go there. That is now checked, and then we're going to get his skill, his quest out, and see what we can do. Okay, it says the first thing we do, this is the quest called Hell or High Water. The very first thing we do is we slide this down to here, so we're on the final part of our quest. Now remember, once we've activated a quest and started, everybody can help, but hopefully he can get it done on his own this turn. We'll see. And then we're going to see what happens. It says, as your feet hit the floor of the White Tiger, you see 2 large men and a petite brunette come through the door, ready to have some fun. Make a choice. Talk your way out of it with a plausible excuse, or skip the chit-chat and let your fists do the talking. Now choice B, we know that choice B is much harder than choice A. We need a bunch of dice, skill dice, which I don't know that we have. We haven't spent any dice yet. But let me see. What do we do? What do we do? Let's see. I think, well, it's Wang Chi. He should fight his way out of it. That's what he does. He barely tried to... Yeah, he's got to fight his way out. So we're going to try that. We're going to fight our way out. Continue to read once you have made a choice. We're going to take choice B. Okay? Probably harder. You hurl yourself into the air, kicking the man in the chest, sending him through the paper-thin walls into the next room, shocking the two busy adults in that room. The men yell. The girl runs, and you know what's coming next. The Wing Kong guys shout for their friends to join them as the big man from the other room of the wall you just broke gets up with just his underwear on and grabs two huge cleavers, screaming at the top of his lungs. Okay. Combat. Spawn one Lord of Death, one Wing Kong 6-shooter, one Wing Kong Hatchet Man, and one Wing Kong Hatchet Man in these spaces. So we're going to start with a Lord of Death in space 1, which I think is over here. Yes, there's a Lord of Death there. We're going to do a Wing Kong 6-shooter in space... Oh, it says space 3. Not there. So space 3. In with him. So there's a Lord of Death with him. There is a Wing Kong 6-shooter with Wang. There is a Hatchet Man. I got to get another Hatchet Man out. Well, let me grab a Hatchet Man. Let's see. There is one. There is a Wing Kong Hatchet Man in space 2. Ooh, that's with Gracie. That's not good. And one Wing Kong Hatchet Man in space 1. So there are two Hatchet Men running around. Now again, in the story, it was one guy. He was a special character type guy. But that's the way that's going to look. So 2 in space 3, 1 in space 2, 1 in space 1. Ouch! And then to stop reading, continue reading once all are defeated. So we're just going to mark that because now we have to beat all these guys. But we haven't spent any dice yet, so there's the good news. We can actually try and start to defeat these fellas. Okay, so let's do this. We know we get one die already because of Wang's... Here, let me back up just a little bit. It's okay. We can do that. Because of Wang's Jian, his sword. So we're going to get one die there. We're going to slot a mind die for another regular combat die. We'll slot another mind for an epic combat die. Now we have 3. Now if we can take out the Lord of Death, and the 6-shooter requires 6. He's hard, so that's pretty rough. So we know we got the Lord of Death in the bag, but the Lord of Death isn't as dangerous as the 6-shooter and easier to defend against. So I can do this. That'll give us 4 dice. That gives us the can we get six hits on the 4 dice? That's the question of the day. Huh. Of course, we could also use his special ability, My Mind and Spirit are one, at the end of Wang's turn. You may flip your special ability token to take another turn and do another fight. That might be worth doing right now. Now, this is not a skill check, thankfully, so we don't have to worry about his Hell of Misfortune card. We're okay there. We just have to fight our way out. So I think we're going to try and take on the 6-shooter. He's more dangerous, and we'll see how that ends up. Okay, Wang, let's see how this goes. We're going to take on the 6-shooter. Actually, you can see the board there. He has the 6-shooter and the Lord of Death with him. Okay, here we are, the Wing Kong 6-shooter. I'm going to try and take him out. We got all these dice. Let's see if we can pull it off. I don't know. Did we? Well, I think we did. 2, that's 4, 5, 6. Oh, exactly got him done. So we defeated the Wing Kong 6-shooter. That means he is going to come off the board there. We defeated him, and then we get 5 chi for defeating him. So we're at 2, so it's going to be 7 chi. And that is the end of that. So we get to also then put a check mark on the first one of these. We defeated one of these guys. Now, what we can do is use his special ability. This might be a good time to use it. I don't know when we get them back, but this is the end of his main quest, so it might be worth doing. So I think we're going to do it. We're going to flip this over. We're going to take a whole nother turn for Wang Chi. Let's do that. Now he's the first one to go this turn, so it's going to be interesting. Let's see what he gets. 2 body and a mind. Well, would have liked to have some spirit, but the body is epic. So again, I think he's going to spend an epic die to attack the Lord of Death. Now the Lords of Death, of course, is the other hard one, so it requires 3 hits, but that's not so bad. If he does, he'll level up too. This is going to be good. So I think we're going to do that for sure. We will spend this one as well. Well, we might as well do them all, because he's going to stay there to complete this quest anyway. So we'll do that, and maybe the others can help him with the quest. Of course, he could move and attack again, but I don't think we're going to do that. So we're going to do this. He's going to spend all of them. That will give him 1 die for his sword. This is probably overkill. Maybe I shouldn't do this. We get 1 die for this epic, and then 1 die for... So 3 dice to get 3 hits. What would I do with that otherwise? I need to defeat all of these guys to take out... Let's just finish him off, because then I'll level up too. So we're going to finish him off. That'll give us 4 dice against the Lord of Death. So let's roll these dice. This is probably overkill, but I think we're okay there. Well, I'm glad we did it, because look, that was 2 failures. We did get 3 on the epic dice, so we got him with 4 points. So we did defeat him, and then that means we're going to get 3 chi, which levels Wang up. We're going to take that right there, and then in addition to that, we're going to remove this Lord of Death from the board and add a 2nd success to the skill. That is awesome. We're halfway there. We're going to reset his chi to 0. We're going to immediately level Wang up. You can see he's now level 2. So what does he get to do? He can either add an ability card or upgrade an ability card. I think we're going to upgrade his sword to here, which gives us an epic die in combat and gives him the ability of ranged, which means he can attack anything within line of sight, which means that he can help Gracie next turn. But he has unfortunately spent his special ability to do this. It paid off. Everything worked out in our favor. We got rid of the Lord of Death that was in there with him, and that's going to be the end of his turn. Now we're going on to Gracie, who's going to probably have to face down a Hatchet Man. Alright, Gracie, let's roll these dice and see what we get. Well, we got 2 mind. That's pretty good. That gives her an epic and a normal body. She's not a fighter, guys. I don't know. Let's take a look. Now, these are not... The Hatchet Men are not the upgraded versions. So here's the Hatchet Man. He does 2 points to each hero in a space on a strike back. So we need to get 3 hits. I think we can do that. I think we can. So first off, we're going to slot this mine. That gives us an epic die. And then we can do that. Give us another normal die. And does she want to... Yeah, look, we're trying to get this quest done, so let's go all out and get another normal die. That's going to be 3 dice against the Hatchet Man. That should do it, unless we get really unlucky. Plus, we've got to get Gracie some chi, right? Kim Cattrall, yeah. Okay, let's roll and see what we get. Let's defeat this Wing Kong Hatchet Man. Oh, look, man, we're rolling pretty good. So there's 2, 3, and 4. So we succeeded in defeating the Wing Kong Hatchet Man, which means that she gains 3 chi. That's going to... Oh, she had 1, so we're going to go up to 4 chi. That's pretty good. Yeah, we had 1 because we spent that die. And then we're going to take this Hatchet Man off the board. And lastly, complete our 3rd deal there. So she probably pushed a bookcase over on him or something and dropped the guy. That's awesome. So good job, Gracie. We're 1 away from succeeding at our plan of rescuing the green-eyed girl, at least to figure out what's happening here in the White Tiger. Alright, that is going to be the end of her turn. Now we're going on to Egg Shen. Okay, let's roll Egg's dice, see what he gets. Oh, 2 mind and a body. Alright, well, okay, so the first thing we know we're going to do before we pick up, we're going to use a die. We'll use this one, I guess. That makes sense. Use that body die. And we're going to pick up some Chinese fireworks. Okay, so he's got that. And then I could spend another... Of course, that mind die is just going to be a regular die. So we're going to do that. We're going to spend another mind die and pick up a huge buzz so that you can move around the board very quickly in the 2nd act as well. Which means we slotted this one. Now the next one's going to be epic. We're going to put it there and we're going to use it for movement. Where Egg will go 1, 2, 3 to there. He's moving around. You know, we could go to the Buddha Shrine. We don't need to do that right now. We'll start. He's going to start heading around to help the heroes out. I could have gone up that way, but that would put him in range of those 2 guys, and we're going to skirt around it. Maybe we can range attack them with the fireworks. We'll see. But that's basically going to be the end of Egg Shen's turn. So now we're going to go on to the last character for this round, and that's Jack Burton. All right, let's roll Jack's dice. Come on, Jack. Jack has 0 chi experience right now, but it's okay. Wow, that's not ideal for him, is it? So the first thing we're going to do is, for free, activate his quest, and we'll see what it is. Because remember, he, on the other hand, has the He hasn't rolled any dice yet. As long as you have dice, you can do this. So we're good. And then we're going to activate his quest and see what it is. Let's see. Son of a bitch must pay. It's 1.1. So let me get out another little token here. We're going to put that on there. And we're going to take a look at 1.1. It's called Haulin' Ass. I'm going to guess it has something to do with the Pork Chop Express with a term like that. Okay, it says place an event clip on 1.1 on the quest card. We've already done that. And then it says, you know, all I wanted was money. See, Wang says he's got to pick up his fiancée at the airport, so I tag along thinking we'll stop by the restaurant afterwards to get the cash he owes me. Then it all goes south. I'm trying to talk up this blonde chick, but she shuts me down. To make it worse, some Chinese gang guy grabs Wang's girl and knocked me on my ass. Now I'm pissed off. Son of a bitch must pay. Well, that's good old Jack Burton for you, right? Says you agree to help Wang find his stolen bride. And word on the street is that there is no better place to start than the Jade Panda Casino, Chinatown's upscale spot for down-low talk about all things seedy and nefarious. You walk into the casino looking for answers, but the joint is empty, save a couple of regulars, a thick fog of smoke, and a bored-looking casino manager off to the side. Deciding he's your best bet for information, you approach him and ask if he's seen the girl in the picture you're holding up. He perks up at the sight of the green eyes, and now you got his attention. Leaning in as if to tell you what he knows, the manager whispers, "Talk ain't cheap, buddy. You need info," and he's got it. So we can slip the casino manager a 20, or we can intimidate him. It's Dirty Harry time. We have to solve. Hey, can I solve that? I can't actually do that one. So I think we're going to take choice A. We're going to slip him a 20. I can slot any die, so I'm going to slot this mine die in there for Jack, just so you know I did that. And then we're going to stop reading. Continue once you've completed the task. So we're going to do that. With your 20 in his pocket, the casino manager is eager to spill the beans, and you find that Mao Yin is being held captive at the White Tiger brothel. So we get to get Wang Chi, which I'll move him up. So he only has 1 Chi now, total. And then we're going to get to look at the event conclusion for that. And it says, way to go, Jack. First time at bat and a home run. You're feeling pretty good about your chances. All you need to do is get over to the White Tiger, get back Mao Yin, reunite her with Wang, get him to pay you his gambling debt, and you could be back on the road in no time. Place the quest token on White Tiger 3. Once triggered, read 1.2. So his quest token has moved into the same space as Wang right now. And we still have a couple dice to spend, so maybe we can do something here. But that's going to be the end of that for right now. Now let's finish taking Jack's turns. Well, it's not going to be great. We're going to do this. That'll give him 2 movement. Yeah, let's make that 2 moves. And we'll go 1, 2 to here. So he's outside. Now, we have a couple of... We don't really have much in the way of options, right? We can... I guess all we can really do is move again. So we're going to spend his spirit die. It's not epic. We're just going to spend his spirit die to move again. I think what we'll do is we'll just move in to here with this guy and let him attack us and keep him off of Gracie. Who now Jack has a really good defense, so I think we'll be much better there with the Hatchet Man than Gracie would if it moved into the room and attacked him. Because now Jack will be the one attacked by the Hatchet Man. So I think we're okay there, and that's going to be the end of Jack's turn. That's also the end of all the turns. Now we're going to get on to the minions' turns, and we're going to see what happens. So let's take a look. I just want to check before I started that. You only take the extra damage from the minion when you move out of the space. You know, maybe next turn we can start to continue to solve this other quest as well. That's sitting there with him. The one that says nothing or double. Anyway, we're going to be taking on wherever it is, Hatchet Man. There we go. The Wing Kong Hatchet Man. He's going to strike us with 3 dice, or 3 hits. So we're going to do that. But Jack gets a defense of 1 epic and 1 regular die to defend against the Hatchet Man. So let's roll those dice and see if he takes damage. He stopped 2 points, so he took a point of damage. That's not terribly bad. That's okay. He survived that hit. That is fine. Now let's go. There's 2 more minions on the board. We're going to move them, and then we're going to wrap up this session. Now we got 2 Hatchet Men. They have a move of 2, so they're simply going to move over here. Either way they'd go, they'd be moving closer. Let me see. 1. They're here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they move over that way. They're 4 away from each, so we'll move them that direction and keep them off of Egg Shen. That's fine. And that's going to end the turn, guys. So, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you're enjoying our playthrough of Big Trouble in Little China. Don't forget to click on the little bell icon next to the subscription to get notified when my next playthrough videos are popping up. And that's fantastic. Also, please don't forget to leave some kind words and constructive stuff. If you see that I made an error or something, please let me know. I don't think that I did, but we'll see. And guys, we upgraded Wang. That was pretty cool. He does have a hell card that's pretty nasty. Luckily, to complete his big quest, we didn't need that. We just needed a fight. And we only got one guy left, so once we defeat him, we will be good to go. We'll be able to complete that quest for Wang. And also, it's helping with Jack's quest, too. Because we just have to get in there and into that space 3 and take an action. So I think we're going to be in really good shape next turn to get some things done and maybe get that Audacity track going, because our Big Trouble track is moving a lot faster than our Audacity track, and we can't have that. So, guys, thanks again. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next episode.